It's a new year. New coaches have taken over successful programs at New Orleans and Baton Rouge. Nicholls State has their title coach back for another title shot. The high schools are geared up and ready to go. So are we. Sports on the Bayou is back. Our very own Cajun Cannon Bobby Hebert, well, he's offering in-depth analysis and game strategies. Former Pro Bowler Rich Marty brings his candid talk back for another year. Mike Detillier will offer his great insight to the sports news each and every week. This year, the vivacious Debbie Cox DeNova will have her own segment, Good Vibes. Our high school expert, Stan Gravois, will be on hand to discuss high school standings. The thumper, Harry McCullough, will focus on Nicholls State's season. The infamous Dr. Pat Hagan is back, and he'll get to ask his question each and every show. This year, our naming sponsors will be a part of the show. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, for all of your insurance needs. St. Martin & Bourke, attorneys at law. Know your rights. Some perennial corporate sponsors are also on hand. They are South Louisiana Bank, IE, Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute, Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality, BioPure, and BCG Services. This year, I'll assume a new role. I'll be a chief referee who will make sure that everyone gets equal time.
Yeah, right.
Now from the Eugene and Lorraine Falls studios in Houma, Louisiana, it's time for Sports on the Bayou.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Sports on the Bayou. Mike Detillier, along with the Cajun Cannon, Bobby Hebert, Rich Marty. Got a lot to talk about, despite the fact LSU Tulane Saints didn't play this weekend. We'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, for all of your insurance needs. And St. Martin & Bourke, attorneys at law. Know your rights. Don't go away. We'll be right back with Sports on the Bayou.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
I'm Chris St. Martin.
And I'm Chuck Bork.
Truth is, nobody wants to hire an attorney. If you're coming to us, it's probably one of the most difficult times in your life.
But it's also true that if you've been injured, you need someone to explain your rights.
Since 1967, St. Martin & Bourke has been helping the people of South Louisiana understand their rights. If you've been injured and want to know more about your rights, call us for a free consultation today.
Sports on the Bayou's corporate sponsors are South Louisiana Bank, Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute, Barker Honda, BioPure, along with BCG Services. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Guys, the Saints covered the spread this week. They didn't play, and so that's the good news. This weekend, they play the Atlanta Falcons. He'll be facing a rookie quarterback, Desmond Ridder. And, I watched Desmond play a lot. We interviewed him when he came to Manning.
And you're a Desmond Ridder fan, Mike.
Well, I'm a big Desmond Ridder fan. I think Atlanta can build off Ridder. He's not physically imposing as a player. Doesn't have a super strong arm. What I like about him is he's poised, he's smart, he's accurate. The one thing that jumps out at me, he throws the middle range and longer passes better than the short stuff. So I want to see if Arthur Smith.
And you think it should be just the opposite.
But it's not.
Yeah, right.
And I saw it even at Manning. He's throwing it high on everything short. So as Arthur Smith sort of got the sandpaper and sort of smoothed out some of that, we're going to find out. But watch, he's going to throw more middle range, longer routes than the shorter stuff because that's what he does best.
Well, two things. Did you know this? Yeah. That's an easy thing to fix.
Well,
the short thing. That's an easy get some finesse.
The short throw that's your footwork.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
You cannot be lazy and think you're just going to flick it out there. And maybe Mahomes and all could do trick shots and all that. But the thing is, if you're not accurate with the short throws because of your footwork.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, I heard he's got 2 left feet. He can't dance either.
No.
But they ought to be able to fix that. The other thing is, can he work under pressure? And let's see if the Saints can get some pressure.
Well,
That's going to be the big thing.
Well, you cannot let a rookie beat you.
Wait a minute. Kenny Pickett did it?
Yeah, but
really.
that's a travesty.
Anybody can beat him.
I get it. Well, and you know what else is a travesty? You might have been watching, Monday Night Football last night. I was telling Mike and Rich this. Okay, you look at the Cardinals and where they're at. You're supposed to win at home in the NFL. Do you know the Cardinals are 1-12 at home the past 13 games? Wow. Guess who they beat? The freaking Saints. Yeah. I mean, they're 1-12 the past 13 home games, and they're the Saints.
And that's when they had their starting quarterback.
Yeah,
What's it going to look like moving forward now with them?
Well, all I know is Cliff Kingsbury's gone. He's not staying after this year.
But Mike, they have to eat that money.
You have to eat that money. Come on. Coach's money today?
But but you look at the Bidwells, they cheat.
They might be, but it is also about selling suites and tickets. And
they screwed up giving. Why did they give Kingsbury that future contract?
And Kyler Murray the money.
Right. Why did they mess that up? That's why I don't think Sean Payton's going there. And
he does have a connection. He had told me this because he was asking about when the Saints had trained at Nicholls State the first time. And it rained every day. Man, they had skeeters over there.
Mosquitoes can carry you away.
They were as big as cats, the mosquitoes that year. And so we were talking about that, and he said, I was a ball boy at Southern Illinois when I was there. And the Cardinals were in St. Louis, and they would train there. So he's got connections to the Bidwell family. And I do remember when they were trying to trade for Patrick Peterson, he got on the Benson plane, flew to Arizona to go talk to Mike Bidwell about trading Patrick Peterson to the Saints at that time. And Patrick, they decided not to trade Peterson. They decided to keep him. But
because they didn't want
connection to an owner,
because they didn't want Andrews
too many
Pete.
times to be on
that. To show you how long we've been trying to get rid of Andrews Pete. Andrews Pete was supposed to be part of that trade for Patrick Peterson. And he goes, we don't want Andrews Pete.
And it wasn't a 25-year-old.
So we kept him and paid him.
And we paid him $40 million. Andrews Pete.
That's a way to get rid of a guy, give him $40 million, right?
Well, my question is, all this stuff about Peyton coming back to the Saints. Is
that 100?
I think you got to be crazy to think about that. Why would you want to come back? Number one, if I'm Peyton.
Because
$20 million. $20 million reasons.
Tell him why, Bobby.
Okay, I want to know.
What's that saying? The devil that you know. Somebody help me out with that. I'm trying to think.
It's better than the angel you don't.
No, the devil you don't know kind of thing.
Yeah, I get it.
He knows the Saints organization and what potentially it would take. Now, they still don't have a quarterback. It's not 100% he's not coming back, but I would not bet on it. It could be 10, 50% that, he's coming back to the Saints. I think he'd much rather go to L.A.
Out west.
His daughter lives in Los Angeles, and his wife, he got a new wife. You got to keep the new wife happy.
The Rams.
They're on Manhattan Beach. And he has a house in Corleone, Idaho.
Yeah.
You know who's his neighbor up there? Wayne Gretzky. Remember the hockey guy? So
do they puck around together?
They probably do. And he's definitely a West Coast guy. But I can see, because of Justin Herbert, why would he go?
Coming up, Sports on the Bayou will go in the audience and introduce the naming sponsors and the guests that have come for this week's show. It's all right after the break.
Here in South Louisiana, we know how important it is to protect our families.
When one of our neighbors is injured because of someone else's neglect, our team is compelled to use our experience, skills, and knowledge to seek justice and hold wrongdoers accountable. If you've been injured and want to know your rights, call St. Martin and Bourke today.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products, which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin and Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. And by Rouse's Markets. official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Martin, I'll throw it to you.
All right. The beautiful Debbie's going to help me today recognize all of our sponsors.
Debbie,
So Debbie, we need somebody to help Bobby keep the cadence. Who can we pick today?
We need a song.
Wait, let's get your mic on. Here you go. Who do you think we ought to go with?
I think we should go with Bubba Andron, who is the superintendent of Terrebonne Parish.
All right, hey, and both South Lafourche quarterbacks right here.
Right, he looks a lot younger than me, though.
Bubba, why don't you come join us over here? Let's get this clapping going. Let's see if two South Lafourche guys can stay in cadence together.
Okay, we got you. Ready to go? We in rhythm.
All right, Debbie.
First up, we have Alfred and Associates.
Let's give it up for Alfred and Associates, one of our naming sponsors. All right, good deal.
St. Martin and Bork is next.
All right, St. Martin and Bork. And
Chuck's in the house.
He's well dressed because we have a segment on St. Martin and Bork coming up. You won't want to miss it.
Oh, he's all excited about it.
That's a nice tie. I'm glad your wife picked it out for you.
Oh, he's all excited about his Horned Frogs. That's where his money goes
But ain't
right
no
now
doubt
a little
about
bit.
that.
Yeah, Sonny wants a raise, too.
Next, we have the Rouse's table.
We got a good mixture over there, Rouse's. And April, you not sore from dancing with the cane breakers the other night? We played April dance the whole night.
Hold on, there's nothing wrong with dancing.
All right, who we got next?
We have the talent table over there.
Harry's the lone wolf over there today. We're taking up. You're waiting on Dr. Pat, who's deep in surgery right now.
Oh, yeah, but he has to do that first. Come on.
Who we have next?
South Louisiana Bank is next.
South Louisiana Bank's probably in a big board meeting right now. They're counting all the money. Okay?
That's it. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
All right.
Terrebonne General Health System.
All right, there they are, the perennials. Look at Percy. I'm proud of you. You are keeping in cadence today. All right, good deal.
Percy never ages. Every time I see him, he just...
No, that's because that's his twin. That's it today.
Yeah.
All right.
Barker Honda is next.
Look at Lester. Lester's always got a table full, and Harry's going to interview somebody from that table, so that'll be a good little interview.
Yeah, you have DePaul Smith.
Yeah, you got DePaul.
WWL.
Hey, DePaul, I know they misbehave over here at HTV, but do they misbehave at WWL? That is a good idea.
DePaul, wait, DePaul is still alive?
If you want to use it, I'll give you a good deal on it. All right? All right, who we have next?
BioPure and BCG.
We got Harvey Sharp over there, and look. Harvey, too, is one of the most generous people, not only year-round, but during Christmas time. Y'all give it up for Harvey. He really takes care of his parish.
All right, Harvey.
All right?
Okay, get back in rhythm. Come on.
Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government.
Look at this crew over here. I am proud of them. They're sitting in their chairs today. Steve, you got to sit in your chair the whole way through. Mark, don't let him out today. All right, next up.
GIS and Port Commission.
All right, they got the great team at GIS with the legend, Coach Don Schwab, and law enforcement here in Terrebonne Parish. Thank you all for coming.
Next, we have our coaches table.
Oh, yeah, we got Coach Spinell and Coach Albert, two more legends in the coaching profession. So we're loaded up with coaches here today. We appreciate that. All right.
Terrebonne Parish School District.
All right, y'all give him a hand. Bubba, how you doing back here? Look, he's not only the superintendent, he's the rhythm director.
Yeah, the rhythm director.
The curriculum rhythm director. There you go.
Keep that day
We appreciate all your work. Who's next up?
TITA and CIS.
Tita, thank y'all for being here. Tita looks like they're on cue. I like that. Come on, get it up over here, Tita. Come on. Got to get people into the parish. All right. Who's there?
And last but not least, Mom's table.
All right, Mama said to tell y'all hello. She's getting ready for next week.
All right.
After the Saints beat Atlanta, right?
But I got one of her brothers and her sisters and her in-laws and my cousins. And one of my cousins won a state championship in football at John Curtis.
Oh.
I have an interesting John Curtis tidbit. You want me to reveal that now or wait?
Oh, we'll wait a little bit.
No. That is very interesting.
All right, anybody else?
You want to talk about J.T. Curtis.
All right.
The best in the whole nation. What? He's on the cusp. Wait till I tell you all that.
Y'all listen up, because St. Martin and Bork, for years, has been giving away to this parish in so many different ways. Before I get to their package, all law enforcement, EMT, please stand up. Firefighters, please stand up. Somewhere along the way, you have received a gift from St. Martin and Bork, whether it's vest or equipment or whatever the case may be. They take care of everybody. Today's no different. Let's listen in.
Merry Christmas! Have all you little girls and boys been good this year? Real good? All right.
At this school, I think we have 80 children, and all of them are smiling and happy. And that's pretty much what Christmas is all about.
Oh, this is wonderful. Year after year, they continue to surprise us with their generosity. It's amazing. The kids are so surprised. We look forward to it every year. Thank you so much.
I want y'all all to have a Merry Christmas. I'll see you on the 24th. Merry Christmas!
It's a project Dad started a long time ago. We try to run back the years. It's been going a very long time. The kids love it. You know, it's very good for these school-age kids. The hurricane kind of messed things up, dispersed kids all over the parish at this point in time. We're back up to about 300 kids this year. It's a wonderful time of year, and it's great to see the kids as happy as they are.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Hi! Have all you little boys and girls been good? Hi there! What you want for Christmas?
I want a milk guy.
Okay.
Oh, I like a big monster truck.
A big monster truck? I'm talking big, huh? All right.
The kids are so excited, and we appreciate Santa coming to see our kids and bringing those great gifts.
And we got, of course, Chris St. Martin is right next to you, and his dad and mom started so many traditions here in the parish. And how does it make you feel that the kids get to open up something special today?
It's very heartwarming, and we definitely appreciate it. These kids deserve it, and I know they're going to be talking about this for a long time.
So it's a lot of credibility when the teacher says she knows Santa Claus, and Santa Claus comes into class.
Yes.
You're high on their list now.
I am high on their list. They know how to be good and how to be doing the right thing. They know I know Santa, so he'll check his list twice with me.
Santa Claus is here today, right behind me.
Yep.
You pretty excited about that?
Yep, I'm super excited. If y'all come back and bring Santa Claus and the Grinch, I'm gonna be so happy of y'all.
Merry Christmas! Have y'all all been good boys and girls? Huh? Oh.
Two, three.
We just want to say thank you to St. Martin and Bork for these generous donations. The joy in these kids' eyes makes it all worth it for this holiday season.
That we can enjoy giving out the presents to the kids and just every time they open the presents and you see the smiles on their faces, it just brings a little bit more joy to our lives.
We made y'all something special to take home.
Oh, thank y'all. I'll be sure to put that up where all the elves can see that. Oh, and all the love we'll feel. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
This means a lot to the kids. It brings joy every year. They have been doing it for so long. I can remember as far back as when my kids were in pre-K. The children are very excited and waiting. When the kids see Santa come through the door, and they are very elated when they open their bags to see what Santa has brought them.
You better not pout. You better not cry. This is the reason I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Santa, I love you.
I love you.
All right, y'all give it up for St. Martin, boy. Chuck, stand on up. Come on over here. Stuff. Man, what a great job y'all do each year. And close to what, 300 gifts?
Yeah, I think we're at 285 this year, children. Wow. And again, we make an effort to go through with some of the schools where there are children who are less needy, and not everybody is blessed and as fortunate as we are. And we want to give back to the community. As I said before and over, this community gives to us. Mm-hmm. We want to do what we can to give back. And the looks on those kids' faces, some of whom would get no Christmas, or many of whom would get no Christmas presents otherwise, it does it all, Martin. You know, it's something that those looks alone, I don't care where we are, we're going to do this program over and over every year.
Thank you. You brought some elves with you, huh?
I did. I got Joe Javic's with me today, and then I have some other people from the office. I have Kristen, I have Kendra, and then I have special thanks I'll give to Beth and Paige. They're real big at putting this program. Beth and Paige, stand up.
Yeah. They never want to be on camera.
They're real big at putting this program together.
And then they can fix the Saints' problems.
Yeah. So they're the ones that make this program happen every year. Chris and I show up and do it, but they do a lot of the work behind the scenes to make it happen. So
y'all give one more round of applause for St. Martin. All right. All right, there you have it. Thank y'all, Chuck. We're going to be right back. More Sports on the Bayou. Don't go away. Coming up on Sports on the Bayou, we'll talk LSU football. We'll break down the highlights and analysis of this week's game and the upcoming game. You won't want to miss it. Don't go away. We'll be right back with Sports on the Bayou.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products, which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
If your child is suffering from recurrent croupy cough, bronchitis, reactive airway, or persistent asthma that's difficult to control, please listen carefully. Your child may be suffering from adenoid sinus bronchial asthma syndrome, as we now know that undetected or uncontrolled infection in the upper airway can affect the lower respiratory tract. If this is happening to your child, please call us for an evaluation.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford & Associates. For all of your insurance needs, Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints, and St. Martin & Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou, guys. LSU playing Purdue and bowl game.
So who's coaching Purdue, Mike?
I have no idea. You know, Jeff Brom leaves, goes back home, goes to Louisville. And, man, we're seeing now the transfer portal in full mode now. LSU had 7 players in the transfer portal. They've already lost three people to the NFL draft early, which we didn't use that. Jay Ward, B.J. Ojolari, Jaray last night announced he was leaving and wouldn't play in the bowl game. Jay Ward announced that he's leaving but will play in the bowl game. Still haven't heard about B.J. if he's going to play or not. But we're looking now at the new version of college football. Comings and goings like we've never seen before.
It's going to be like that every year, Mike.
It's like 1,000 kids plus 1,000 plus kids that are in the portal.
Within the first 24 hours, Rich, 842.
Unbelievable.
That's over 1,000.
So the team that can manage that the best.
Roster management
is
going to be key.
You know, going forward, while using might be one position. It might be a linebacker. It might be defensive back. Okay, how can we address this? Because you can't expect, even though you want to still recruit the top-notch high school players, you can't expect them like plug and play. So no matter if we
it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt the high school players.
Yes.
Because if I've got a spot, man, I'm not giving that to that 18-year-old. I'm going to give it to the guy who's maybe played a year somewhere, has got a little experience in college football. Bring him back. Aaron Anderson, one of the most exciting football players. I see somebody who did a couple of the Edna Carr games as a referee. Man, Aaron Anderson, he commits to LSU, then Coach O leaves. I'm committing to Alabama. Doesn't see a lot of playing time. Man, what? I'm gone from Alabama. Right. And he's also a really good punt kick returner. What LSU needs? Right. A punt kick returner. Jay Luke from Terrebonne High School, who also finished it out at Edna Carr after Ida. He wins the Johnny Rogers Tim Dwight Award as the best punt kick returner in the Big Ten. You know, those guys are going to be highly recruited.
It's got to be cheaper to take a high school kid than to pay for a kid that's on the team already, I would think, or is it? I mean, it depends on who it is. I mean, you got a budget. You can't get them all. Okay. You can't pay them all, right?
Where would USC be today without Caleb Williams? I don't care what you paid for him. What meant when you look at him, how much money is he worth?
Well, they would have had a Heisman winner, and
they wouldn't have won. They wouldn't have won all those games with no backup quarterback.
Right. Well, it just shows you the quarterback. Look at the individual, Mike, Coastal Carolina. The success he had for 3 years. He just announced that I'm transferred. And there's no loyalty, not Coastal Carolina. And you don't think teams would be interested in him?
No, because he's looking at, okay, I'm going to play at the next level. Let me go to a team that'll get me better ready for the NFL.
Right.
You can't blame him.
Right. Look, I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I think I recall.
Whatever you say is accurate, Richard.
Okay, well, you're the historian. So back when Florida won the basketball championship and the football championship, I don't know, 15 years ago, whenever it was. I don't know.
There was Noah and all that.
Yeah, with Noah and all that. I thought I read what was worth $1 billion to the university outside of the football program to win a national championship. Well,
look at Rich. He looks good.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, go ahead, Rich. Keep going. I'm just saying how good you look.
All right. Keep your hand on your lap. So I mean about admissions and the whole across the board exposure, advertising to win a national title. The response from the community and from the as a Bayou. Good guy.
Coming up, Debbie Cox DeNova will have her Good Vibes segment. Stick around. You may learn something.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products, which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
I'm Chris St. Martin. Many of us know what it means to have roots here on the Bayou. I'm no different. My family has been here for generations. Likewise, the firm of St. Martin and Bourke has been helping the injured in this region for almost 50 years. We're honored to serve the people of South Louisiana and the Bayou region. Remember, if you've been hurt in an accident and you want to know your rights, call St. Martin and Bourke today to schedule your free consultation.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, for all of your insurance needs, and St. Martin and Bourke attorneys at law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Back here on Sports on the Bayou, it's our Good Vibes segment. Debbie, I'll throw it to you.
Awesome. We're talking about your brain on sports today. We're talking about the thing that happens neurochemically when we watch sports. We know that when your team loses, you actually feel this loss, this slumping. When your team wins, you're up and you're excited. And research by neurophysiologists at the University of Parma, Italy, studying macaque monkeys led to research that found that we experience the neurons that fire in a healthy premotor cortex cortex, 1/5 of the neurons that would fire while you're performing the activity actually fire when you're actually watching that activity. So, and that subset of motor neurons is called mirror neurons. So then what we know is that when your team is winning, your dopamine and your testosterone rise, and you are feeling more aggression, more excitement. You get into what they call the excitatory state. When your team loses, you actually have a spike in cortisol, anxiety, and a decrease in serotonin. So this gives a whole new meaning to the term armchair quarterback. You're actually experiencing, and this is mostly true, and I'm interested in hearing from you guys, because it's mostly true for people who have actually experienced in real life performing the activity. So it's different, Bobby and Rich, when you're watching football versus someone who's never played before but understands the game, because your body has actually experienced it. So while you're watching it, there's a part of you that's kind of reliving or predicting what's going to happen, and there's a part of your brain that's firing up that would be the same if you were actually doing it. So talk to me about the mental and emotional effects of watching sports, the benefits, and even maybe the drawbacks whenever you are watching your team win.
Rich? That's a great question. I think, first off, football's different than most other sports. I mean, it's like the gladiators, right? We're just not killing people. I mean, this has been going on since the Roman Empire.
Violence, control
you got all
violence.
the Colosseums, they throw everybody in, the survivor walks away, and everybody else dies. Well, yeah, football's getting close to that, but it's not. We're not killing people, so it's a little bit different. You're into this kind of thing. You're more engaged in that thing. Some of the other sports, not so. Not demoralizing any of those other sports, but it's just not the same. It sounds good. I thought now we have some really advanced drugs that we could take and get the same feeling, and endorphin and all of that other stuff gives you in serotonin.
But Rich, how explain? Because you and I both experienced this, and you even high level because. Your son, Mandeville skipper, and then he goes to Penn State like All-American, and he's playing
How you reacted to the son.
So how did you react like you versus like your son? I can tell you right now, when T-Bow was playing, I was way more nervous than when I was playing.
Twice. When it's your kids, it's like you can handle what you can handle. You don't when it's your kid and everyone else out there that has children. When they hurt, you hurt 3-5 times as much.
Well, this is a story that's unbelievable. My wife looked at me like I was crazy. So what are you doing? I couldn't sit down. I'm like pacing. And I'm watching the game, and I'm like going through the motions, how you come off the football,
right?
And we have and who are you blocking? And all of a sudden, LSU they beat Alabama. I remember that supposed to be the greatest game of the century. It was like 9-6. I tell you what, I had it to where I can watch the TV and sit in an angle, and all of a sudden I had to go to the bathroom. So I sat on the toilet, and LSU had the advantage, so I would not move. I stayed on the toilet. She goes, well, what are you doing? You have the door open up. I go, no, this is a good vibe. They're doing good, and I am not moving.
That's one way of handling it.
When I was playing, I never would have thought of that, but this is a good mojo.
No, craziest thing I heard from
him. And then I'm jumping up and down, and I'm naked. Yeah. Oh, Tigers, yeah.
When Bo was at Nichols, he's like, Mike, I'm at the game. I said, where are you? He was sitting in his car.
No, I was sitting in the car, saying, let me move, and then I'd go sit way in the corner.
Oh, way in the corner.
I don't want to socialize. People want to socialize.
Right. You don't talk to anybody.
No, I don't want you. You like focus. So, and then when you're playing, you feel like you're more in control than when you have a loved one and you're not in control. So that all comes into play. But for instance, I can say that the recent experience I have would be, because I hate Dallas. And I'm watching how in the hell the Texans lost this game. Like, what, they're right there on the goal line, and I'm actually watching, and I'm like, then I said they're going to come back and they can beat the Texans, and they did. Yeah. So that'd be the worst thing. If the Saints are not having success, for Dallas to have the ultimate success and win the Super Bowl. Yep. No, that's when I would want to go do something else.
The other thing
cut the grass,
Monday night, I know that.
The other thing in football is you could be high as a kite, and then 2 seconds later, a fumble, an interception, or something, and boom, you're crashing, and you feel it on the sidelines. You could see it almost in the players' faces and the coaches' faces. Absolutely. That's the thing, and what makes that happen? Whatever they told us, whatever you just said.
Yeah.
Deb, that's what makes it happen.
And with that, we'll be right back with more sports on the Bayou.
Coming up, Harry McCullough with a live studio guest as Sports on the Bayou continues.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Exciting news from Barker Honda. Introducing the all-new 2023 Honda CR-V. A new rugged design, longer, wider, with a significantly broader stance. Spacious interior with more premium high-tech features. More second-row legroom comfort. Plus, larger rear cargo space with power tailgate. Hurry in and see the all-new, larger 2023 CR-V now in stock at Barker Honda, your local President's Elite Award-winning dealer.
Terrebonne General Health System, where medical science meets the art of caring, is committed to providing the latest advances in medical technology with a gentle, caring touch. This is evident in our high-tech, high-touch approach to healthcare. As a trusted healthcare resource, we deliver both life-saving, compassionate inpatient services and life-changing preventive care, while also providing wellness needs and outreach throughout the Bayou region. To learn about how Terrebonne General is providing innovative healthcare solutions, visit tghealthsystem.com.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin and Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. I'm going to throw it to H, and he's with one of the greatest running backs ever at Nicholls State, Julian Gums.
Well, statistically he is, yeah, so let's give him a hand. Julian Gums. And recent Nicholls graduate. So he just graduated on Saturday, so congratulations to that.
All right, Julian.
Julian came to us from De La Salle. You kind of revitalized that program, took them to the state championship. They were 11-1. Then you come to Nicholls. You'll have great success, winning all that. Your experience this year wasn't that great, but the overall experience being at Nicholls and finishes the all-time leading rusher. How was it in Tippah?
Just first and foremost, just thank God for everything, give me the ability to come to Nicholls and show my talents to, the fan base. But, I'm just blessed that I had the opportunity to come here and break some records, be all time. It feels great. And on top of that, graduating, that's like, the biggest thing out of all. So just happy.
Yeah, right, Julian.
Absolutely, man. And we got to get some more of you guys from New Orleans come down here, and then you can kind of be an advocate of that. Your career's not totally done, though, right? So you're going to work out. And look, there's so many things now. You play at USFL, play Canadian, you can play, of course, Arena.
XFL.
USFL.
And, of course, NFL. So you can do them all. So what's the process now?
Just being patient, just waiting for the right people to come to me, just waiting for opportunity. I want to show my talent in the next league, whether it's in NFL, XFL, USFL, just something I'm not going to give up. But, I'm going to continue to strive and do what I got to do to be the guy.
So you're working on now your times and weight and strength and all that kind of stuff?
Doing everything I needed to do to get to, so.
Yeah, so hopefully you get a chance to get. Now look, running backs, you guys are always the studs in high school and college, and then in the NFL, you do get a chance. There's a lot of running backs, but they don't always get drafted as high as some of the guys.
Well, I mean, I know that for sure, but opportunity comes, I take it for granted, and I just wait my turn. That's all I got to do.
Good, man. So let's circle back. How did you get to Nicholls?
Well, at De La Salle, I played quarterback, so I was like a dual threat, didn't really play running back as much. But Nicholls was the only school that gave me an offer coming out of high school, being like #1 guy in Louisiana. But I took the opportunity, to get the free education and play football at the next level, and that's what I did, So just again, thank them for the opportunity, giving me the offer that I need to succeed, in life.
Mm-hmm. So you would have stayed MVP at that time, and then you come here, and like I said, y'all had great success. Y'all won some championships,
yes, sir.
And it's been a while, kind of 3 years. We talk about, between a couple of COVID years and a big hurricane that came through here. What was all that experience like in trying to stay together as a team, playing in the spring and the fall?
Having back-to-back seasons, like that, we just had to stay together. We grind, did we had to do in the weight room, off the field, on the field to get what we need to get, although we had like the hurricane and COVID and them things like that, but we faced adversity and we bounced back from them times, and we just came back together and became a team again.
Julian, how many sacks you gave up as a blocking running back?
1. Freshman year, and that's about it.
Oh, that counts a lot. Very important.
Hey, that catches my attention.
All the good things, you had to remind them of that.
But nobody does.
One in 4 years. Man, I'll take that.
Yes, sir.
All right, Julian Gunn, thanks so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back on more Sports on the Bayou. Stay with us.
Coming up, Dr. Pat gets to ask his question of the week as Sports on the Bayou is right around the corner.
I'm Chris St. Martin.
And I'm Chuck Bork.
Truth is, nobody wants to hire an attorney. If you're coming to us, it's probably one of the most difficult times in your life.
But it's also true that if you've been injured, you need someone to explain your rights.
Since 1967, St. Martin and Bork has been helping the people of South Louisiana understand their rights. If you've been injured and want to know more about your rights, call us for a free consultation today.
Structural heart disease refers to a defect in the heart's valves, walls, or chambers that keeps the heart from pumping blood properly. Valve or structural heart problems may be present at birth or develop over time. Your risk increases if you have high blood pressure, plaque buildup, history of heart attack, take certain medications, or have certain heart infections. The Structural Heart Program at CIS and Terrebonne General provides innovative solutions and devices with the latest technology to bring the best possible outcomes for patients. Learn more at cardio.com.
Sports on the Bayou's corporate sponsors are South Louisiana Bank, Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute, Barker Honda, BioPure along with BCG Services. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou in his Dr. Pat segment.
Dr. Pat already.
Boom. Questions.
Asking all these questions.
All right, you got it, brother.
All right, I got a question for each of you guys.
Uh-oh.
Mike, it's going to be about Jaden Daniels, Bobby and Rich about Danny Abramowitz. Mike, I did see your interview on Dandy Don about Jaden Daniels' quarterback situation. Do you think he's going to play in the bowl game? Is he coming back? If he does come back, does anyone transfer? And then Bobby and Rich, y'all were contemporaries of Danny Abramowitz a few years later, but I was watching last night that he got the Mother Angelica Award for evangelization from the CEO of EWTN. And I remember Danny was a great saint. He had a few tough times.
Now he's a great saint off the field.
Boy, that's it.
Yes, he is.
And then he coached Jesuit high school football. Ditka brought him back to help coach with the Saints.
Now he wasn't a saint there.
Yes.
Yeah, he wasn't too good with it.
He was in over his head.
Yeah, way over.
And then
But
now
you can
he's
still
been
talk about
evangelizing.
Jesus like he's doing now.
So those two things, Jaden Daniels and
Okay.
guys, what do you remember of Danny Abramowitz?
Jaden, when people come to me and say, they really don't ask me, should I come out or should I stay? It's almost like a gambler. They want you to affirm what they've already got in their heads, okay? He would be best served coming back and playing another year. And my example would be, look what Hendon Hooker did.
Yeah.
Hendon was at Manning, and he told me, I thought about coming out. I was going to be a middle-round pick after that one big season at Tennessee.
Well, Mike, Keyshawn Bootie's coming back.
Keyshawn's coming back also. But at quarterback, okay, he's going to be a 25-year-old. So he knows that clock is ticking a little bit. He really needs some work with his mechanics and his secondary reads downfield. He can find the first guy, but after the first guy, then he wants to take off and run. So he can better that. So I think if he came out, he'd probably be a 3rd or 4th round pick. You're not running for the presidency here. You don't need the Electoral College to get you in the NFL. You just need one team. But I think he'd be best served to come back and play another year at LSU. And I think if he comes back, Nussmeier's gone. I'll do everything I can to keep Walker Howard.
Right.
Oh, good point, Mike. Okay, go ahead, Rich, about the Danny. Because Rich played with Danny. He's a lot older than me. Him and Danny Abramowitz, so, yeah.
That's such crap. That's a bunch of crap.
But
he
no,
was
Rich,
5 years before me. He's almost one of the original guys.
But you still play with him.
No, I didn't play with Danny.
You didn't play with Danny.
Danny had been traded.
Danny's already gone.
All right, so
and he wasn't playing anymore. He retired in 74.
I'm sorry, Rich. I thought you played with him.
Well, I know. That's what happens when you get old. You get hit in the head too many times. You don't remember the details.
So when
you
you
know
start him now.
I know I didn't play with Rich or Danny. I know that.
Well, I know that too because I watched you. Anyway, Danny we had a good relationship back then because he spent a lot of time. He was just out of playing, and he spent a lot of time with the Saints who would come in. And he came to a lot of our Christmas parties and things. So I got to know Danny. Danny, he and Joe Abramowitz, his brother, probably two of the funniest guys, could tell a story better than anybody in the world.
Better than me, Rich?
Better than you, Bobby. I hate to say it, but Danny's just, maybe not now because he's a little bit older. But Danny was just pretty wild in his day back then. And I think, and I told Bobby where I think he hit the switch, and I won't talk about that. It's not public. But
and he saw the light.
And he just said, I'm changing my life because this is going in the wrong direction. And I give Danny incredible amount of credit for doing that. I mean, in a tough business, in the coaching business, and another Sam Rutigliano, another similar guy that just turned his life over to God. And Danny needed to, but it's another thing to do it.
He was as much over.
And right after the break, Stan Gravois takes a look at key high school football games on Sports on the Bayou.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products, which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
Here at South Louisiana Bank, we support our neighbors, the organizers, the helpers, the leaders, the dreamers. We support those that move our community forward. Louisiana has grown from the dedication, commitment, and loyalty of the people who call this beautiful place home. We are proud to offer our services to the communities in South Louisiana. South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And St. Martin and Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
3 River Parish teams. 3, guys.
Ain't no joke. Ain't no joke.
Destrehan, St. Charles Catholic, Lutcher. All winning state championships. Stan did a great job all year long covering the high school ranks. Martin, not that it was successful here. Edie White went a certain range. But, man, what's happened on that Bayou? And, hey, 20 minutes divide all 3 schools. You could go from Destrehan to Lutcher, 20 minutes unless you catch the train passing the railroad.
Yeah, that's a good gene pool.
Stan's going to be back for the Hall of Fame stuff as it gets closer. But Terry Bro, graduate of Vanderbilt, second best quarterback in Vanderbilt history. You know who the
Marty was number 1. You don't tell me you were number 1.
Mike Robichaux.
Okay, Mike.
4 years in a row. I mean, 4 years at Oklahoma State.
The game don't say that?
Would you agree?
No doubt.
So was he as good athlete as you, better, or what do you think?
No, Terry was all-around athlete.
Terry, you could do it all, right?
Well, Mike
That's exactly right. Mike was good, though. Mike was good.
He was good. Harry remembers, we all remember Mike Robichaux. He was great. Terry was a great athlete. Ed Digg back then was a great receiver. He used to stop on the field when the ball was thrown perfect and dive for it, just so it would look good in the stands.
Oh, it sounds like today when the receivers come out, you catch it with 2 hands. God gave you 2 hands. Why are you trying to catch it with 1 hand, Jarvis Landry?
So we learned from our upper class.
Turn around and catch the ball.
What's your question, Terry? You got a question?
Yeah, I do have a question. Everybody's complaining about the Saints. Their record really sucks.
Suspect.
But, there was 3 or 4 games that they were right there to win or lose. Do you think it's personnel issues, coaching issues, or leadership is a contributing factor to those
You can
losses?
check the check marks on all 3.
All of them, yeah.
All
There's
of
no
them.
question.
All of them.
Never one thing.
There's not
too many
ever
moving
one
parts.
thing. Because it's too easy to fix if it was just one thing.
Yeah, the players got to make the plays, but I think Dennis Allen is too buddies with the players. He's like nice, and he wants. Can't we all just get along? They're like, hell no, I am the dictator, and this is the way it is. That's just Sean Payton. When Mark Ingram fumbled, Sean Payton would have been like, "What the f are you doing?"
Bobby,
he'd have been all over him like, "You cannot not get that first down." But Dennis Allen's kind of like, "Oh, well, he's hurt."
Wait.
F is
Dennis
frick,
Allen, no.
Frick.
I agree.
Bob, I asked Michael.
What he's freaking doing?
I asked Michael about that, Dennis Allen. He said Dennis Allen has a wrath. It's just he doesn't show it in public at all. He says behind the scenes, he says he gets after it. And he
Well,
gets
the fans want to see it in public.
Well, maybe, but
I agree with
that. Maybe or may not. Whatever inspires your players properly, right?
Rouse has ordered a bunch more paper bags last week.
No, once you win the Super Bowl, you don't need to wear no damn paper bag. I'm trying to educate the Who Dat Nation. The paper bags are over. That is over.
Right.
We ain't no 1 in 15 team. Come on.
All right, we're going to be right back after this. Bobby, get that hard play.
So what's wrong with 1 in 15?
Coming up on Sports on the Bayou, we'll put the naming sponsors against the host in picking the scores of the games this week. Who'll be the closest? We'll see if the sponsors can beat the experts as Sports on the Bayou continues.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Whether it's your home or your business, Bayou specializes in disinfection application, along with water, fire, mold damage cleanup. Call Bayou today to get your free consultation at 985-322-3003.
BCG Services, local experts for concrete leveling and foundation repair, providing quality solutions for a variety of foundation issues. With years of experience applying Floor Shield products to both homes and businesses, you can trust our team to provide high-quality results. Call for a free consultation.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, for all of your insurance needs. And St. Martin & Bork, attorneys at law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Martin, throw it to you.
All right, we're going to look at the standings since we didn't have any games, but Chuck's going to talk about TCU since he pays for his kid to go there.
Yeah, that's
He got
true.
some bragging rights. There's no doubt. Look, Stan's still up in the lead with 9 picks.
Wow.
Man, it's
Debbie at
Stan
4.
already won. Look at it. That's a slam dunk.
Dr. Pat at 4. Yeah, is it mathematically possible that somebody could overtake Stan?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
4 games left. He's 5 ahead.
Well, you have to win them basically all.
Yeah, he's at a different level.
So Mike's got 3, Rich has got 3, St. Martin Bork 3.
Who's helping Debbie? That's
Bobby
what I
3. Debbie's helping herself. She's been doing a lot of research.
Well, I mean,
isn't that a nice compliment, Debbie? Who's helping Debbie?
Yeah, she's been doing a lot of research.
Well, the thing is, I know it's not Harry.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Well, we know it's not Alford & Associates either. Come on, y'all need to step y'all game up. About had it with these cellar dwellers over here. Come on. All right, so hey, you got a little bragging rights. You send your son to school and in the playoffs.
Well,
Playoffs?
No, it was good, and that's what he wanted me to bring up with Bobby. The last time around he was here, he said Frogs by 90. They didn't get quite by 90, but I think it's Frogs by about 43 in that game. So they're good. It's great. It's a little bit different brand of ball than we're used to watching in the SEC. A lot more offense and a lot less defense. But
well, when you think about that,
that's Sonny.
But Sonny
That's
Dykes,
Sonny.
and you know who was his mentor? He just passed away.
Mike Leach.
Correct.
Mike Leach. Well, how about that?
Yeah, that was.
All of a sudden, he's coaching the team on Saturday, and then he just passed away.
That was tragic. But you know,
shocker.
and even in the loss on 2 weeks ago, you look at the heart and guts that quarterback has showed. Max Duggan is.
No, y'all got screwed on that because that guy scored on that touchdown.
I know,
that guy near the goal line. They missed that.
So Mike, where is he at, Max Duggan? Like, talking about him. Where is he? Like,
I would think he'd probably be a middle, later round pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
He'll get a chance to play.
But
now.
he's fast too, and that's what there was a number of games. Oklahoma State, he broke out on a run, outran every cornerback on Oklahoma State.
Now he's
team.
faster than Brock Purdy, and Brock Purdy, look what he's done with the 49ers.
Yeah, from Iowa State. Yeah.
And I think you also look too. He's got the heart and the guts.
Yeah, he
and
does.
You look on that last drive. As he brought him back and
He was
get him
exhausted.
into the he was exhausted. The kid could barely walk as he was coming off the field, but he was still out there playing. So
Get a shot of Bobby's giving
Well,
out a cue up
the
there.
horn frog. There's
Bobby's
the horn
got the frog,
Yeah,
so-
you know, everybody got their hand singing that horn frog. Yeah.
it's going to be a tense night in the
What is
border.
a horn frog? A toad? I don't know.
It spits. It'll
Is
spit
that in the
blood.
desert?
It spits blood out of its eyes when it gets really mad. Bobby.
you better
That's
get
a
away from
bad
that.
animal,
Yeah,
brother.
Spits blood out of its eyes and takes money from your wallet.
Well, don't get him around here.
like Bobby.
I know. That's right.
That's what Martin tells me all the time.
I'm drawing an analogy, Martin. I drew an analogy, but no.
Okay, I
So
was taking it in reality.
So that New Year's Eve weekend is going to be a tense weekend in the Bork household. I think they're going to give Michigan a good game. They got a lot of talent on that team. We've got a couple of really fast receivers, and
and Michigan's going to play small ball with y'all.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
they will.
They're going to slow it down.
They will, and that's going to be a matter of if the defense shows up.
Why don't you ask Beth who's going to win the game?
Beth, do you have an opinion as to who's going to win the game? I think that was a...
that's a Michigan vote.
Oh, she has to go with TCU. Come on.
She doesn't
that's a
speak.
Michigan vote.
I was just trying to get her to speak. She does not speak.
The fact that we just asked Beth a question will probably in and of itself get me in trouble, and I may be locked out of my office when I get back, Martin.
I think my advertising budget's going to be cut next year.
Remember,
sorry, Beth. I'm really sorry. Okay.
She writes the checks, Martin, so you better be careful.
Well, there we have it. In the future Saints quarterback, if we can work it out, we got to work it out behind the scenes. He just won the Heisman. Caleb Williams at USC.
So we got to wait a year.
Yeah, we got to wait a year. We might have to suffer next year. So what? We got to think long term. Don't think short term. We get Caleb Williams. We have a second coming of Pat Mahomes in a Saints uniform.
And we got 20 more teams saying the exact same thing.
No, but okay, what we pay Mickey Loomis the big bucks for. He has to wheel and deal and get Caleb
And
Williams.
as we close, we got all those baskets next week we're giving out to the audience, so they got to bring it to somebody who needs a good basket.
Awesome.
And Rich, I'm glad you cleaned your act up. You got your hair
he looks good.
nice and neat.
Yeah, I did change. This is my change of life thing. I waited a little late, but I'm trying it just
That's
to
all
see.
right.
But wait, but
like a lot of women will dye their hair.
But wait,
I
Rich,
just
you
cut
told
it
me.
off.
Well, you're getting back to your playing weight. You only a few pounds
I got
off.
like 7 pounds to go to get my playing weight, 195.
Boy, talk about he's the
This is-
second midlife crisis.
So
Right here.
once I do it, then I'm growing a ponytail just because I can.
Yeah.
Well, I felt bad. I used to play free safety at 160. Harry told me the other day they would move me to nose tackle right now. So I'm on a diet, obviously, now. All right, well, there we have it. Thank you.
All right.
All right, Mike.
All right, we're finishing up here. We'll be back next week with another version of Sports on the Bayou.
That's it for Sports on the Bayou. Please visit us at HTV10 Facebook and HTV10 YouTube for a look at this week's show. We'll see you next week. Same place, same time.